Story appears ordinary until you see the core side of it.
And what you're looking for is the story behind the news.
We bring it to you from Lagos, the commercial capital of Nigeria.
Giving you all sides and political stories round the clock.
Every detail from the start line to the final whistle.
CoreTV News, expanding your view.
Glad to have you join us again on CoreTV News on the hour. I am Frank Omalape. In what will be his last broadcast on the governorship seat, the governor of Ekiti State, Kayode Fayemi, in a statewide broadcast, appreciated the people of Ekiti for the support he enjoyed throughout his 4-year tenure due to end on Thursday.
My dear people, it has been the greatest honor and privilege of my life to have served at your pleasure these past 4 years. The road ahead for us is still long. The climb is still steep. We still have far to go on our journey to democratic prosperity. The good thing is that it is a journey. It is not a destination. There is an ever-present danger that threatens to overwhelm us. It is dark and foul because it upholds our progress and good condition.
Fayemi, in his broadcast, formally lifted the curfew imposed on the state since September 26th.
In the spirit of transition and in the light of the relative peace that has endured in the state capital, I hereby announce the lifting of the curfew hitherto imposed on the capital based on the advice of our security agencies. I urge all citizens and residents to conduct themselves peacefully and in accordance with the rule of law.
Fayemi finally thanked Ekiti people for the opportunity to serve them as he also keeps the hope alive. Governor Kayode Fayemi was
I thank all my family members, party members, political colleagues, opponents, friends, and associates who have stood by and with me in the course of this struggle and the course of this rare privilege over the last 4 years. This mission will continue. This light will endure. Let us therefore keep the faith with the noble direction on which we have embarked, knowing that we shall prevail because our path is right and our struggle is just. May God bless Ekiti State. May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Meanwhile, the Ekiti State Governor-elect Ayo Fayose has assured Ekiti people, especially esteemed supporters of the Thursday swearing-in, against the speculations that he might not be sworn in.
Be assured and double assured that all efforts to frustrate this inauguration will fail. The people of Ekiti they've spoken, and the wishes and what they have expressed through the ballot paper will be made manifest. That inauguration will take place on Thursday.
Fayose confirms all is said from his side for the success of the inauguration exercise.
For the inauguration is on course. The committee, they've done a good job, and you will see the effect, the result on Thursday. We are looking into a new beginning, and is to bring about the best for our people.
Ayo Fayose is set to be sworn in on the 16th of October as the 4-year tenure of Kayode Fayemi expires. Abuja City Center has virtually been in a lockdown for us as a result of the huge crowd around the Eagle Square to catch a glimpse of the former head of state, retired General Muhammadu Buhari. The general has explained his decision to seek the presidential ticket of Nigeria's largest opposition party, the All Progressive Congress. Buhari was led into the square about 12:45 p.m. to a tumultuous welcome. As at the time of filing this report, 3 state governors, Babatunde Fashola, Rotimi Amechi, and Adams Oshiomhole, had arrived at the venue of Buhari's declaration. Now, Benue State Governor Gabriel Suswan has brushed off claims by his Kano State counterpart, Rabiu Kwankwaso, that two People's Democratic Party governors are on the verge of joining the All Progressive Congress. Siswan was spoke with State House correspondents shortly after a meeting with President Goodluck Jonathan argued that it shows that the opposition believes it could only win elections with PDP chieftains in its fold.
Unfortunate that APC have continued to speculate. It looks like they don't have confidence in themselves that on their own they can make any progress. So they keep speculating that PDP was going to join them. That shows clearly that, APC is not a party for Nigerians to go to. If I'm sure of myself, I won't be calling for additional troops from the enemy camp to come. They're not sure. They know they will not win until PDP joins them. Even now with the strength that they have, Kwankwaso was elected under the auspices of PDP. He has added value, so to speak, to APC. They now discovered lately, though, that in spite of that, they can't make any progress. And so they are now speculating and hoping against hope. It's not going to happen. The governors that I've mentioned, none of them is going to go to APC. No governor from PDP. You take that from me. He didn't mention me, but no governor from PDP. Rather, we are having people who started PDP who are very strong, like the Iroko, coming back to join the families that they left for some times.
Nigerian women have been charged to vie for political posts and stand as agents of peace and national development ahead the 2015 elections. Wife of the president, Patience Jonathan, gave the charge at the distribution of empowerment materials and commissioning of Women for Change and Development Initiative Secretariat in Ibadan, Oyo State. Our correspondent, Motayo Alo, has more.
The Lake Salami Stadium in Ibadan was filled to capacity with women in high attendance, as they are the major beneficiaries of the empowerment materials. In addition to over 300 women from 33 local governments that benefited, 4 tertiary institutions were also given bursaries. The president's wife also enjoined women to be instruments of change and be the backbone of support for their family by making good use of the empowerment materials.
Registration is at the door. Come out in mass and register. And vote yourself, women. Don't put another woman down. Love one another. Be united. Women, be agents of peace. Around you there should be peace. Your watchword should be peace, 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 peace. Your song should be peace. Wherever you are, peace. I have told you, I'm Mama Peace.
Wife of the Oyo State Governor, Florence Ajimobi, attested to the power of women in nation building while appreciating the president's wife for her kind gesture.
For us in Oyo State today, the concept of empowerment involves emotional and psychological empowerment, as well as physical and health empowerment, in addition to financial empowerment, in order to foster an all-round and well-balanced development of our women.
For the convener of the event, Olajumoke Akinjide, every government must henceforth see the need to give women a seat at the table of governance and economic activity in a bid to develop the nation.
In the society at large, through the Women for Change and Development Initiative, Your Excellency continues to raise awareness among every strata of Nigerian society of the need for gender parity, gender mainstreaming, and women empowerment.
These beneficiaries say they would put to good use the empowerment materials and reignite their participation in Nigerian politics.
We are very, very happy today. The way the mama did to us, we are very, very happy, because to buy this fertilizer before is very, very difficult for us. But now, we know we will enjoy her till 2015.
All our women will benefit from this empowerment, and they will use it wisely. And we are praying for our Mama Patience Jonathan, and our able minister, Oloye Juma. Jumake Akijide, for giving us this opportunity on this occasion. We are very, very happy.
President's wife also offered cash gifts to some women at the occasion, which threw them into wide jubilation. Even though organizers of the event deny its political undertone, its timing leaves very little doubt on the minds of political observers that the countdown to the politics of stomach infrastructure ahead of the 2015 election has started. Omotayiwalo, CoreTV News, Ibadan.
You're watching CoreTV News on the hour. We'll take a break. I'll be back shortly. Join us again.
This is Judiciary Today.
The judiciary's function is to interpret the law. The judge in Lagos State is perhaps one of the most comfortable judges in the world.
You can't say because we are fighting terrorists or we're fighting terror, then you go about violating people's rights. We're not going to allow that in this country.
So I think that's one of the reasons why some
that's what lawyers do.
I didn't say that what lawyers do.
The TV show that brings you in-depth review and analysis of judiciary issues that affect you.
I want police officers to welcome victims with empathy and not say, what were you wearing? Where did you go? What were you doing at 10 p.m. at night?
As the Nigeria judiciary mourns one of their own.
He has gone to court on behalf of Nigerian citizens even without taking a cover.
It is time for lawyers to take their health very seriously, lawyers and judges.
Only on CoreTV.
You're still watching CoreTV News on the hour. For more information on our news and other programs, visit our Facebook page, facebook.com/CoreTV News, and our Twitter handle at CoreTV News NG. Visit our YouTube, www.youtube.com/CoreTV News. The Bring Back Our Girls group had planned a peaceful protest march to the presidential villa as part of activities to mark its global week of action. But the event took an unexpected turn when they were stopped a few distance away from the gate. Female police officers formed a human barricade alongside other security personnel to cordon off the entry to the presidential villa.
This is one of the busy roads in the Abuja metropolis that became deserted in a matter of minutes when the Bring Back Our Girls group took their protest on the road.
Bring back our girls now in the light. The truth, nothing but the truth.
The campaigners were expecting to table their message before President Jonathan. That was, however, not the case, as they were confronted by security personnel not too far from the gates of the presidential villa. But they are not deterred. They insist that they must have audience with the president.
And they are gone. And we seem to all want to move on. No, we cannot move on. We can't move on. It has been since the 30th of April that we have physically engaged on the matter of the rescue of our daughters. And we will not stop. When shall we stop?
Not until our girls are back and alive.
When shall we stop?
Not without our daughters.
What do we want?
Bring back our girls to our nation.
Just like their last attempt to see President Jonathan, they were met on the streets by a government delegation led by the Minister of Women Affairs, Zainab Maina, with the Minister of Water Resources and Lands and Housing, Intu, who promised to deliver their message to the president.
Carefully, and when each and every one of your questions and your comments have been noted, or your comments have been noted, you have sent us to him as he sent us, asked us to come and meet with you on his behalf. But I think there are one or two issues that.
But this man insists that government must negotiate with the insurgent.
We know Mr. President is there, not by mistake. God placed him there, and God knows he can do it. We know he is trying, but we want him to try more than this. I will urge Mr. President to use negotiation to bring back our girls. I wonder what happened. American came in, some other nations came in to help us, and what makes them to go back again? I'm so much disturbed in this case. I know the military men are trying their best, but I have doubt in the military men.
This member of the group cannot understand why they have been denied access even after she claimed their request was acknowledged.
We are just simply making demands that are in our constitution. The demand for the Chibok girls, I think everybody needs to understand, it's not a privilege for them to be rescued. It is their right as enshrined in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that's why we're just making a simple demand that it's illegal. So we wait and see what happens. But we are a group that has acted on our core values, one of them which is affability. We are courteous, we are disciplined, we do not take things anyhow. So we'll listen to our leaders and we'll do the needful. But at the same time, we are calling onto the president that he needs to meet his citizens that gave him the mandate to be where he is today. He needs to come out and he needs to address us. The issue of the Chibok girls, honestly, the fight for that Chibok girl, the rescue for the Chibok girl is the rescue for the soul of this nation.
It's now more than 6 months after the abduction of the Chibok girls, and the campaigners say they will continue to push their cause until the girls are brought back alive.
The regular venue used by the Bring Back Our Girls groups for its daily protest was on Tuesday morning taken over by a rival group which is also campaigning for the return of the abducted Chibok schoolgirls. The group, which tags itself a coalition of Nigerian youth groups, is more sympathetic to the government and wants the insurgents to return the girls unconditionally. They made their position known at a rally at the Unity Fountain. Our correspondent Pius Samuel has more.
This is the popular Unity Fountain in Abuja. For several months, this has been the venue of the daily sit-out protest by the Bring Back Our Girls group. The campaigners had planned to converge here before moving the protest march to the presidential villa. But when CoreTV News crew visited the fountain, this group of youths had taken over.
Like complain, release our girls, but this time around we realize that it's like that thing is coming down, and these girls are still there, so we don't need to try to relent. We realize that we just have to continue hammering and continue murmuring and continue making noise about this issue until all these girls are released.
The Bring Back Our Girls group had claimed that hired hands had moved to the fountain to disrupt its plans. But these youths denied being sponsored by anyone.
Nigerian youths, we don't have any sponsor. For now, there is nothing like sponsor. We are just gathering ourselves because this issue is bothering us, seriously bothering us. So we cannot continue sleeping and seeing our sister inside the bush. So even if there's no sponsor, we can use the little thing we have in our pocket to mobilize ourselves there and still continue agitating and begging. This time around is all about begging. We are begging Boko Haram seriously, and we are ready to work with our security, Nigerian security, because we know that they are seriously working.
They also insisted that they want the Chibok girls, and with songs on their lips, they say nothing less than the return of the girls will be accepted. All these were done under the watchful eyes of security operatives who appeared to have been stationed to ensure that only this group make use of a venue that the Bring Back Our Girls group had used for its regular sit-outs. Pius Samuel, CoreTV News, Abuja.
Meanwhile, a member of the Chibok community, Samson Adoku, says villages in the area are now almost deserted. It told CoreTV News in Abuja that over 75% of community members have fled for fear of Boko Haram attack. He's also revealed that troops have been having regular gun battles with insurgents in the area.
To tell the government and to protest to the whole Nigerians, that we as people of Chibok, we are concerned about our girls that have been taken for the past 6 months. I was in Chibok day before yesterday, and to tell you the truth, the parents are in a very terrible situation. Some of them, I talked with them, and they were saying that they cannot even work in the farm. It is better off for them to be, for them to know that their daughters or their girls are no longer alive than the kind of situation that they are going through. Any explosion that they had, they will imagine that their girls are with them over them. It's kind of a very terrible situation.
So could you give us how the military operations is going on there? Since you just came back, was there any sound of explosion? Were you able to run into any military formation or troops trying to go into the forest in order to face the insurgents?
Yeah, I heard a lot of explosion, especially on Saturday. On Saturday, I was in church actually on Saturday, and you can hear the vibration. The roof will be shaking, and it's terrifying. Actually, there are lots of military operations going on over there because I
assured Nigerians that the 2015 budget will be passed into law before the end of the year. Deputy Senate President Ike Ekweremadu said these while presiding over the plenary, confirmed that the Senate will receive the 2015 appropriation bill from the executive within the next few weeks. He also said the Petroleum Industry Bill and the Constitutional Review Amendment Bill will be given accelerated hearing.
We are expected to consider and approve the appropriation bill before the end of the year. And we also made a commitment to consider the Petroleum Industry Bill in the weeks ahead. And importantly, as you are aware, we have our primaries and congresses coming ahead of us. I would like to wish everybody good luck. So it is going to be a very challenging and intense period. But I believe, as always, that will bring our usual sense of commitment and patriotism to bear in order to overcome these and more challenges. So once more, I welcome all of us back to plenary.
Osun State Governor Rauf Aregbesola says all tertiary institutions, especially polytechnics, should concentrate more on skills and technical knowledge acquisitions as their major form of study. Aregbesola made this observation while delivering a lecture at the Maiden Education Summit of the First Community Polytechnic in Nigeria, Igbajo Polytechnic, Osun State. Aregbesola blames the high rate of unemployment in the country on a lack of specialization in high institutions of learning.
Let me quickly add something. I don't want it to just be all talk. Please, need to put their resources and energy into this polytechnic. Must not fall into the cheap trap of making it jack of all trades. No, don't do it. You achieve nothing. As a matter of fact, I know those who are into business that will not like this. Close, if you already have it, close anything to do with business administration. Focus on technical skill and education in such a way that you will be the best in that field in the foreseeable future. We must concentrate on what we need to provide life more abundantly for our people.
Aregbesola posited that institutions graduating students without course specialization in technical skills are doing the nation more harm than good.
Our general understanding of education is a certificate to seek society, certification for fraud, certification for false life, certification for living beyond one's means and ability. It's not certification to be personally useful to society and community. So we must commend the initiators of this for thinking about empowering people not only to be used to themselves, but to their community, society, and people. And it is my honest belief that the problem is not beyond remedy. We only need to admit the fact that there is a major disarticulation between the products of our higher institutions and the skills requirement of our economy. We can therefore focus more on training the middle level manpower that we need more.
And that will be all for now on CoreTV News Hour. Join us on top of the hour and for more news stories. I am Frank Omalape. I'll see you again.